Dead Rising 2 is a game near and dear to my heart. It is the greatest of the Dead Rising games and one of my favorite games of all time. So why not do a challenge run that spikes my blood pressure and makes me hate it? Now you may be asking, what even is the Mad Batter? He is a beast who only uses baseball bats and relies only on milk for sustenance. His travels have led him to the adult playground of Fortune City, where he decides to play a fun game of slicing through zombies on a motorcycle. Whilst he has his fun, I'll explain the rules. 1. I must only use baseball bats except for the spiked one. The Mad Batter respects baseball bats so much he will not stand for nails in them. Only milk can sustain this beast of a man and keep him going. 3. All psychos will be eviscerated. 4. True ending must be gained. With that out the way, I effortlessly get first place from years of practice driving through busy school zones with a dirt bike with chainsaws on it. Kanye Wester congratulates me whilst his girls taunt me. Whatever, being in this game show nets me enough money to afford a single meal at Five Guys and some Zombrex for my daughter, Katie. Zombrex is a life-saving drug for people unfortunate enough to be bit by a zombie. Making my way through, I find the two women as they begin to flirt with me. I ignore them, as my only love is for the baseball. And I enter the elevator. The elevator opens up to reveal another zombie shitstorm has erupted in Fortune City. Alright, I grab Katie and run to the safe room until I find an old dude who tells me he'll kill my daughter if I don't give her medicine. What a kind and upstanding fellow. I take my daughter to a safe room and am confronted by some hippie chick who gives me a walkie-talkie to talk to her with. I guess she can be Katie's new mom. I head out after grabbing some milk and get naked after seeing a woman in a Playboy bunny costume. I snap out of my trance as I remember my daughter is gonna die if I don't get her meds. Bats are really common, however they don't do that much damage. So I'll have to use my autistic knowledge of this game to my advantage. I enter a sports store and put on some more fitting clothing before rushing to where I could find some Zombrex. Upon entering the store, I find 3 goons hopped up on Fent and immediately beat them to death with my bat after they try to attack a potential new mom for Katie. I tell Denise here to follow me and I find the medicine. After I take her to a safe house, the old man tells me he'll shoot any person I bring in whose face he doesn't like. I got a lot of time to kill before Katie needs Zombrex. So I head off to face the first psycho of the game in the Yucatan Casino. Once I get there, I spot some dickhead who rushes off after I call out to him. Suddenly, the sinister, shit-smelling hand knocks me out. It's revealed that Bobby Hill intends to feed me to a tiger cause he's saving all the steak for himself. I try to negotiate with him, however unfortunately calling someone a fat fucking retard is not considered friendly anymore. This begins the battle with a fat ass and his tiger. The fat ass is easily dealt with as it seems he couldn't tell the difference between blanks and actual bullets, and dies on the ground. Now for the real fight, the tiger. I noticed the fat retard has probably only been feeding it potato chips and candies. So if I get it some meat, it'll probably calm down. This entire fight is pretty much a crapshoot on if Snowflake decides to eat the steak or not. I think she's more likely to eat the steak if you place it outside the exhibit, but that's just speculation. After what feels like an eternity, I finally get her tamed and find another fat retard in the lounge jacking off. He then shows me the power room and turns on the power to the casino. Why was it turned off? I don't know. The escort goes smoothly and I arrive just in time to give Katie her meds. Suddenly, a news flash starts where they reveal the outbreak was caused by some gay terrorist blowing up a gate containing zombies. The news reporter tells that I was the man in the suit that could have been genuinely any other person. I am pissed, not because they are calling me a terrorist, but because they called me a motocross champion instead of a baseball champion. I set out on my quest, grabbing another carton of milk before I go. After walking out, I find a fat black lady with a pipe screaming at zombies. I help her find her husband so she may abuse him and throw their ass in the security room to settle the differences there. I decide to take the edge off, and also edge off at the local nut job place in the park. This gives my PP a nice boost, and I head over to where the newswoman was. Entering the hotel, I find her name tag and analyze it for any details, not noticing the zombie. I am saved by a sexy chick who was on the TV and who begins flirting with me from how big my baseballs are. She tells me there's a security room and she will take me there if I show her my baseball bat. Alright, we got a deal. I follow her, however I'm stopped as I forget how to press a button to the gate. Rebecca presses it for me and I get a nice view as she crouches under the gate. The door to the security room seems to be locked, giving Rebecca a nice opportunity to shove her ass in my face as she uses a lockpick. Once she gets it unlocked, we are greeted with a bunch of corpses and broken equipment instead of anything to clear my name. I get a call from Stacy that Sully's gonna kick her ass out. Rebecca gets jealous after hearing another woman call me and I leave her to save Stacy. After I save this old dude with a shotgun and his wife, with these two in tow, I tell him to wait over by the vent to the safe house as I recruit some old bag in a toy shop. The old lady wastes a bunch of time by demanding to know where the Fun Time Pussy Pumper 9000s are. I tell her this is the wrong toy shop for that, and she would probably die from the sheer force of whatever the hell that thing even does. With that, we all make it back safe and sound. I bust down the door and tell Sully to stop being a worthless old prick before I drop kick him into oblivion. He shirks away as Katie's newest mom busts through the door and begins arguing with Katie's other mom for my attention. Whilst they argue, I give my daughter the tiger I tamed and then rush out to save more people. I make it to the Palisades Mall where I assume my true form, and then proceed to strain for the shrouds ahead. A nice chunk of PP. After that's over, I find a fat dude in a night helmet and his 97-year-old sugar daddy. Fortune City is a hellish place. I need to get out of here. After recruiting them, I slide down a fun water slide to forget the trauma and lead the two freaks to the next pair of survivors. I find a man and his Discord kitten robbing the casino so he can afford to flee the country to escape punishment for what was in the server he was running. I beat him with my bat after he tries to attack me, and this caused them to follow me from brain trauma. Anyways, I find some alien who is puking her guts out after the teleporter malfunctioned and tells me to carry her. Fine. All of us make it back safe and sound, and I rush over to where I sense the next psycho will be. I find this green asshole who begins humping his bike as he makes fun of me for my motocross career. Whatever, man. Wait. What the fuck did you say about my baseball career? I'll have this fucker's head. He tries to flee, but I summon a dirt bike to find him. The metal baseball bat is the ranged version of the bat that shoots out baseballs, and it'll be the only way to fight from afar. By the way, there's a weird glitch with Leon here that if you try to drop kick him, it instantly kills you. When I use up my final baseball, he is at half health. Luckily, he is retarded and gets his bike stuck on a railing, and this gives me the perfect opportunity to beat him to death. He flees to his trailer, but I am in hot pursuit. He tries to one-up me one last time, however only succeeds in becoming flame roasted. I really need a break from this. Thankfully, there was a movie going on which will hopefully call me. Wait.
Oh shit, I'm sorry.
Sorry for what? Our daddy taught us not to be ashamed of our dicks, especially since they're such good size and all.
This isn't a movie, this is just gay
Yes,
porn!
Your daddy gave you good advice.
This place is so fucked, they just play porn in movie theaters and no one has any issues with it? I have to get the hell out of here, man. Heading back to the security room, I notice some goons moving stuff around in the tunnels. Finally a lead. I get my ass over the net some free zombrex from the Slot Ranch Casino and the Lucatan Casino. I make it to the tunnels and sneak around, finding Kanye Wester doing some crazy shit once again. He orders his goons to kill me, however didn't account for me hitting baseballs so hard they cave in people's skulls, even with their hard hats on. Some random goon gifts me with a dirt bike and I thankfully accept it, using it to catch up with the train before effortlessly butchering everyone on board. I make it to Kanye, who taunts me as I scream at him and tell him he'll be put on trial for violating the game of baseball. He simply laughs as he disconnects the train and shoots at me. I get a call from Stacy and I find a key. That'll be the end of part 1 of the Mad Battle Run of Dead Rising 2. Yeah, bye. Fuck you.